What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Today is rewards day. There is a decent team of the week available. It's not unbelievably good, but there are like 4 or 5 players that you really wouldn't mind getting today. I don't actually know if I finished in rank 1 in Rivals. I was in rank 1 by a bit, but I'm not sure if I finished rank 1. No, I didn't. I think I finished rank 2. Hey, that's my fault for not playing on Wednesday night, really, isn't it? There you go. So rank 2 in Division Rivals complete, but 4 packs, which is still quite nice. A Prime Mixed Players, a Rare Mega Pack, 2 Jumbo Premium Gold Packs. And then, of course, from FUT Champs this week, we ended up getting Gold 3, 14 and 1 we finished. So 2 Mega Packs, a 50k pack, 30,000 coins, re-entry into the Weekend League, not that I lead it, and then 3 picks twice, or 2 player picks, you know what I mean. And the first one there is Richarlison, Barrow, or Rezai. I wonder if Richarlison actually has any good value. I don't know. I couldn't imagine he does, but also at the same time, people are weird for Premier League players. So he's like a 25k in form, so he doesn't really have much value. But we'll take him there. He'll go into our Brazilian / Premier League setup. And then secondarily, we get Doucouré. That is not bad. Now, what is he retailing for? He's 100k, and Kostic is only 25k. Would have been nice to have got a Ben Yedder in there or something. A Kostic card, 3-star, 2-star. That's why he's very cheap. This Doucouré it's a quality card. It's not like outrageously good, but it will go well in Premier League and French squads. So 2 Premier League Reds there for us, Doucouré and Richarlison. And that leaves us, of course, with the packs that we've got. So 7 packs coming in here. 2 Jumbo Premium Golds, a Rare, 2 Rare Megas, 2 Megas, a Rare Mega, and a Prime Mixed Players pack. Don't particularly expect anything out of these, you know. We do get a board out of the worst one, which is always nice. It's not going to be a walkout, but in general, our rewards have been very good recently. So I can't complain too much. And there's a couple of things I want to do today on video outside of the rewards. The first one is actually taking some of the top comments from yesterday's video, a whole bunch of them, and talking through that. And the second one is not necessarily showing the League SBC grind, but showing how I determine what league I do and why. That seems to be one of the biggest comments and questions that I get a lot, is like, why, how do you know which league to choose, or so on and so forth. So we're going to go through that today, and I'll explain to you my thought process behind it, and why I get into what I get into. So next 15k pack, no boards out of that either. Good news, obviously we're going to be stacking in a whole bunch of consumables right here as well, which I'll start selling off again over the next couple of days, and building our coin balance back up. This account in general is a bit weird for me right now. I was saying before, my main team doesn't really need changing, and there's not really much to change on it, other than replacing Osimhen's 88 with Player of the Month Neymar if he wins, and if he doesn't win, replacing that Osimhen with a Team of the Year Ronaldo or something, which won't happen until long term. We're just in a place where the only things we're really playing for is to upgrade the squads that we use for objectives. So, like our main team is only for FUT Champs, and then everything else is an objective squad. So that's why I've been opening some of the promo packs. Like, I know we spent a few 100,000 coins and then end up hitting a big card, that Van Dijk or whatever. We've just hit a Future Stars card. Come on, EA, be a big one. It's Argentina. Come on, striker. It's a centre mid. Can you believe? And this is what happened last week. We got a Future Stars card out of that's our 5th one out of rewards last week as well. Man, if that was Martinez, I would have been so happy. But Palacios is still brilliant. And that is a 200,000 coin player right there. Now I don't actually know if I need him or not. I might hold on to him. He's only 200k. I might look at his price chart over the last few days and see where he's trending. But there you go. We've hit a Future Stars card right there. That is fantastic. And that was out of a mega pack as well. We still got the 2 best packs to go, which means because we've got so many boards so far, we'll probably get nothing out of these 2 packs. We get a board out of this one as well, do we? No, we don't. Yeah, so mega packs give us boards and all sorts. Premium Mixed Players pack give us good stuff. And then sadly, the Rare Mega pack doesn't. Cam to centre mid, cam to centre forward, which is quite nice. Striker to centre forward, which isn't too cheap either. a few extra players that will pop on there. So we end up hitting a Future Stars card, which, as I say, guys, is brilliant. And a 50k pack to end things off. Do we get a board out of this one? We do, thank God. What do we get out of this one? No walkout. So 1 Future Stars card from our rewards. I'm happy with that. I'm real happy with that. And we're going to get Pepe out of this and put a whole bunch of players back into the club, which is brilliant. So, what did we sell there? So, yeah, that Palacios doesn't really fit into my squad exactly. But I want to have a look at my Bundesliga squads and see what I've got by way of players here. So, Perisic, Palacios and Player are good. Roussillon as well, connecting down that left-hand side, and Mbabu for that right-hand side, but we don't really have much after that. So he is a very... I'm going to keep him. As I said, like, I'm working towards now improving objective squads, and he is a big upgrade. You know, we can link a little triangle there over on that left-hand side of Perisic, Player and Palacios. They don't obviously get full chemistry or whatever, but Roussillon can go in there as well, and then we can link off from that. But I'm very happy with that. I like that a lot. So... to take the, like, there's a whole bunch of comments from yesterday's video where people are talking about the format of the video and how it's not what it used to be. You know, Harry says, really losing the community vibe over here now. Just feels like stream highlights being uploaded, miss the Q&A section. AD says, really missing the gameplay Q&A part. That was really fun to hear opinion about different things on FIFA. Don't have time to watch the streams. That's very fair. And there was... a few other comments about it, and then one from Hello, Hi, Hello, which kind of really hits as to why the change went in and what we could talk about going forwards. Is he says, I really missed the Q&A part. I haven't watched the whole episode since the format has changed. I will be interested in seeing view account comparison. It just isn't the same for me. If you actually look at the view accounts, and one of the reasons why we changed was because people were losing interest in what the people in the comment section seem to be most engaged with, right? So a lot of people just wouldn't watch the Q&A part for most simple reason. It got quite repetitive. Like, a lot of the comments were always comments that I've previously answered several times. A lot of the top comments were the same people that either just showed up first to the video, which obviously is brilliant for me that people were like rushing to the video, but showed up first to the video and copy and pasted a comment from the previous episode. And it just got to a point where, like, most of the comments were just the same generic comments that I had answered many times before. And so when I would, talk about the new comment or talk about one of those comments, the comments then would be, again, the same generic comments. And then after that, people saying he's already answered this before. This is boring. I don't want to watch this. And so people were actually losing interest in the series. Just because there wasn't, in terms of the Q&A section, there really wasn't that much going on. So we obviously started streaming a lot, and I was umming and ahhing about whether or not I wanted to even keep the Road to Glory going. And one of the things that really helped me decide on keeping the Road to Glory was the fact that we were then just streaming it. So I'm basically streaming my day on the account, and that becomes the video for the evening. And it obviously was a risk, it was something that I thought to myself, if this doesn't do well, we can either go back to the old style or just not do it anymore at all. But bottom line is what happened was people just, even though the comments suggest otherwise, people in general just weren't interested in it. The views were getting lower and lower and lower when I was doing the post-commentary Q&A stuff. The comments, as I say, were very, very repetitive. And one thing that I found very difficult for that setup was getting relevant daily content out on that day. So right now, if I stream, for example, in the afternoon from 2 till 6 or 7, and that's all live, that can then go and get edited, and that will be that night's video. So you guys will get that day's content that night, which is obviously is a big win. What happens is when we go back to the old style, or if we go back to the old style, is everything that I play on today, so today is rewards day, today is Thursday, is that boards day, is that an inform? No. Everything that I play for today will be in tomorrow night's video. And that's a bit of a problem, because if something big comes out, if something big happens or something big comes out, it all gets missed, it gets put in the next day, and that again lends into people not enjoying the day behind content, because there's not enough time in the day for me to record gameplay between like 5, 6, 7, 8 p.m., have it edited, rendered, uploaded, talked over, etc., etc. And it's not what I wanted for the series. I don't want to have the series a day behind, and that did show an adverse effect on the views. Now, it's not just about the views, it has to be about entertainment for me and entertainment for you. And one of the things that I wasn't enjoying with the Road to Glory is just the constant, like, not kind of pressure, but the constant need of everyone to tell me that I have to play 30 games of Champs, and I have to get into Division 1 in Rivals, and I have to do this, and I have to do that. I just want to enjoy FIFA. I don't want it to be a chore or a job. I just want to enjoy it. And once again, when we were doing the post-com stuff, it was feeling like a chore, which is again why I was getting to that point where I didn't want to play the game anymore. I didn't want to play the Road to Glory anymore because I just wasn't having fun with it. And if I'm not having fun with it, you guys aren't having fun with it. And I said back then, about 4 or 5 weeks ago, when we started this kind of content style, the choices kind of where my head was at, and this isn't a definitive, this is it, you get this or nothing, but the choices kind of were like, I either stop the Road to Glory and do something different, or I try streaming it and seeing if we can make content out of the daily streams. And there you are. That's where we got to. We got to the point where we were making the content out of the daily streams, because otherwise it's like, what do I have to do on this account if I'm going back to post-comming it, and so everything I do on stream, you know, doesn't get a live reaction? It's going to go back to that stage again where it's like, I'm going to sit there and open 10 upgrade packs and it won't be recorded live. I'm going to sit there and open a League SBC set of packs and it won't be recorded live. I'll have the reactions live on stream, but because you guys want post-com stuff, it won't be live. So it will go back to that whole, all your big pack pulls aren't live. You don't have the, you know, the full reaction and stuff. And so it creates again this world where you're not like, because you want Q&A, you're getting post-commed Q&A to the point where what I may as well do, what would probably work better, like we're doing right here, is dedicating just 1 or 2 or even 3 days a week where I do a Q&A over gameplay or just on the menus whilst we talk through what's going on. Because going back to doing it every day is something that I just don't want to do. It's not something I enjoy. You know, I think the Road to Glory format and that format in general was really just dying out. As I say, if you actually go back and read the comments from 6 weeks ago or 8 weeks ago, or even last year's content, last year's videos, you will notice that the comments, they're all the same from all the same people. They've all been answered multiple times, and it just wasn't fun. It wasn't fun for me. And yeah, sure, it's fun for the person that hasn't heard that answer before, but what about the 60,000 people that are in the video again, like, oh god, here we go again? I didn't want to keep doing that. It was turning those people off, and this is, you know, proving very difficult to find the balance. So whilst I hear you guys, and we can definitely talk about how to remedy those of you that are missing the Q&A section into the Q&A section, one of the things that I don't want to do is go back to post-comming gameplay. I think what a lot of people seem to be missing isn't necessarily the question and answer stuff, but the discussion around certain things in the game, which obviously I do on stream, which doesn't really make it into the videos. So maybe going forwards, we can spend the first 5, 10, 15 minutes, or the last 5, 10, 15 minutes of a video talking about the day's FIFA events, what's changed, what's new, what's coming, what's gone. You know, so for example, the last couple of days, new icons got put into the draft rotation, and I did see a couple of comments about that. And you know, just because I'm not talking about the comments, it's not that I'm not reading the comments either. You can see I respond to a lot of the comments in the comment section. I favorite a lot of them. I still read a whole bunch of them. But obviously new icons are in draft rotation. That normally would be something that we talk about in the day's video. Somebody will say, hey, what do you think about new icons? What new icons are there? And we'll have a discussion about that whilst you're watching gameplay. What I'd rather do is talk about that while showcasing it. So for example, have I got an offline draft spare? No, I haven't. So, you know, going into the offline draft, showing, hey, here are some of the new icons, yada, 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 and going through it in that manner, rather than, in fact, whilst we're here, let me show you guys how to get away with not getting a loss and getting your rewards quick, rather than A, ignoring that completely from the comments, or B, you know, just talking about it on stream and it not making the video. We can dedicate that time As I say, either at the start or the end, and then go into live gameplay. And the reason why I like the live gameplay, there was one comment. Which one was it? Yeah, so it's from Jokers. He talks again about the Road to Glory being unique and engaging, and I appreciate, obviously the kind words, but at the very end he says, I've been subbed to both your channels for years and would just like to see your personality shine through again. I would largely disagree that the content that we have now is my personality not shining through. I would say that you're getting more of me, the real me, because before it was literally just me answering questions. That I was showing none of my personality in that. That was just me reading a question, responding to it over some FIFA content, and that was long and the short of it. What you get now with the live games is you get the highs, the lows, the frustrations, the anger, the joy. You get to see the live reaction on packs. You get to see a lot more of me communicating and bouncing off of viewers in stream. And I think I personally think you get to see way more of my personality and way more of me as a content creator through the live stuff. So a good balance would be mixing the two and blending the two. And we can absolutely try and do that. As I say, I think a good little section at the start where we take some of the top comments from the day, talk about those, and get into the nitty gritty of what's happening on FIFA in the start of the video, and then getting into the live gameplay, at which point you'll still get to see me play, and then you'll get to understand a little bit more about why I'm doing what I'm doing, how I'm enjoying it, certain play styles that I'm going through, and so on and so forth. Yeah, I definitely hear you guys, and of course, is that board? I don't think it is. Obviously, I want to give you guys the best content that you guys want, but I think if you actually go back and look at last year's content versus this year's content, you will notice that not only are the views just immediately about 20 to 30% higher with the way that we're doing it now versus the way we were doing it last year, you also have to take into consideration that the videos from last year have been sat there a whole year. So a lot more people have watched them over the time. So in another 6 months or 9 months time, these videos now that are already 20 or 30% higher on views will be another 3 or 4 or 5% higher. And it just goes to show that I think in general, more people are getting engaged with the series the way it is. What I kind of came to the conclusion with regards to Road to Glories right now is where they were and where they are. Why FIFA 16, 17 and 18 Road to Glory really popped off, and then why kind of FIFA 19 and now FIFA 20 Road to Glories have kind of subsided a fair bit, is simply because of the way the game has gone. Road to Glories really used to be about how to make coins, how to best utilize your club, and how to get the best out of playing this game with limited time and limited resources, right? These days, EA just give out so much. I mean, so much with how many rewards you get from rivals, from champs, from daily SBCs, from league SBCs, from just everything that comes available with FIFA. It is the game is no longer about how best to make coins. It's about how best to spend coins, because making coins is super easy. And unless you're talking about making, the tens of millions of coins or multiple millions of coins, in general, making coins is super easy. And so it moved away from the point of, hey, which striker can I buy for 100k that's going to be real good value for my club, and it turned into, hey, there's this SBC, that SBC, this league SBC card, or the other opportunity. What should I do with these? What best card should I pick from this new promo? Should I use the ZH card that I worked to get, or should I go and get that new such and such card that's available? And it's more about what to do with your account and your club. And because of how many just because of how much kind of, I guess, even though there's a lot of randomness in what players people have in general, most teams are still about the same. But because there's so many players that people have played for, because there's so many there's one of the new icons again for what it's worth, because there's so many so many different cards available, so many different upgradable SBCs, or whatever, the Dan James Future Stars, or the left back Tagliafico, because there's so many of these cards available right now, it's very hard, especially given the fact that you've only got rivals or champs to play with things. When people say to me, hey man, is that Dan James card good or not? I'm literally here like, I don't know, because I can't play with him. Because as soon as I start playing with him, it hampers my play, my enjoyment on the game, because I'm now playing with a card that isn't good enough, isn't up to scratch in a high division, and it causes me frustrations and boredom and whatever. And so it ends up getting into a point where it's like, yeah, I haven't played with a lot of these cards, and they're the questions people are asking. So the people's teams are, even though they are very similar in essence, people's teams are actually quite diverse, to the point where sometimes it's very, very difficult to give that advice that people are looking for on a road to glory. And that was one of the things that, again, kind of wanted me to move away from a road to glory. I was sitting there, I was thinking, what's the point of me just grinding my account for me that nobody else can follow, because, you know, I've hit a pack that nobody else can replicate. I've won the draft however many times that nobody else can replicate. I've spent way more time doing League SBC grind that nobody else can replicate. And it took my account to the point where by all accounts, it is a pay to win-esque account. If you looked at it and I said to you, if you didn't know, if you didn't follow the road to glory, and I said, hey, I haven't spent any money on this account, you'd be like, yes, you have. There's no way you have that without spending any money. And so it lost what it was about, because it got too easy to get coins. And so, you know, for me to be able to give you guys the feedback of the things that you want, hey, is it worth getting that 88 Osimhen? Is it worth getting that 87 Ødegaard? What I'm doing right now is showing you the journey to getting the actual card. What you want from me isn't the journey of getting the card. You want me to play with the card, experience it, and tell you whether it's worth it. And that's not where this road to glory is. And for me to get to that part of the road to glory, I would have to stop doing it as a road to glory. I would have to get those cards in the quickest, most efficient way possible for me. And then, you know, after that, do a review on them and showcase whether or not they're good enough or not. And that seems to be what people want. So when when all the new cards came out for Future Stars, the question was always, is that Haaland actually worth 4 million coins? Well, I can't tell you, because there's only two ways I'm going to be able to play with him. Number one, selling all my team of the years, which would be stupid because I'd lose so much on tax as we've been through this year already. Or number two, getting him in draft. And when I tried to do the whole using players in draft thing, people just didn't like it. And even though it's playing FIFA, playing with the card that they wanted a review on, it wasn't what people actually wanted. So again, it comes to a point where it's like, I can't particularly give what people are specifically asking for. And so in terms of like the road to glory, it was one of those things again where, as I said to you guys before, it's like, on the one hand, if you want the content that you want, the road to glory has to just stop completely. On the other hand, if you want the content that you think you want, which is a Q&A style thing, it's not engaging. It was getting to the point where I wasn't enjoying making the videos, and I don't want to not enjoy doing what I'm doing, and so I'd rather stop. And so I was basically trying to figure out a way to carry on the road to glory, give people that enjoy the road to glory exactly what they want, whilst also making it fun for me. And that's what I have right now, whilst doing stream highlights and stuff. And then lastly, you know, it's about making sure that we get a good balance for everyone. And that's the part, I guess, that we're working on right now, you know, trying to find a way to give those people in the comment section what they want without it being a tedious, monotonous, repetitive Q&A of the same questions over and over and over. With that being said, as I said to you guys, I will show you guys just how, I'm nearly up to 6,000 players now, Jesus. Just how I do the League SBC, how I decide which league I'm going to go for. Basically, what I'll do is I'll go into the club and I'll just go to the Premier League and I'll start looking at the clubs, right? And now, if I generally have most of all of the clubs complete, or what I would consider complete, which is like 6 or 7 players, I'll do that league. So Premier League here, I don't have. There's nowhere near enough. Championship, I've looked at 2 clubs now. We have 1 player from each club. 4 clubs now. We have a few players. Nowhere near enough. French League, I'll go and just have a look. Okay, so Amiens, we don't have enough. Angers, we don't have enough. Monaco, we only have half. Saint Etienne, we only have 2. Dijon, we have 2. So I'd move on. Serie A, we now look at Atalanta. Okay, we've got the full Atalanta squad. That's great. We've got a lot of the Bologna squad. We've only got 2 of the Brescia cards, but they're really, really expensive as a club. So that you'd never really get those anyway. Cagliari, we've got mostly done. Fiorentina, we have about half of. Genoa, we have done. Verona, we have 4 and you only need 6. Inter, we got a few of there. Lazio, we have done. So I would now look at Serie A. Lecce, you only need 6 as well, I believe. I would now look at Serie A and be like, hey, yeah, I can redo this league. I got lots of them. I then go and check out the Bundesliga. Mainz, we got most of. Dortmund, we got most of. Dusseldorf, we've only got 3, but they're one of the expensive clubs. Augsburg as well, only 3. Bayern are the most expensive club, obviously. Frankfurt, we've got most of. Hertha Berlin, we got most of. Cologne, we got most of. Leverkusen, we got most of. So Bundesliga would also be a league up there that I'd be like, okay, yeah, we can do Bundesliga as well. Liga Santander, Athletic Club, we've got all of. Atletico Madrid, we've got most of. Osasuna, we've only got 4, and Leganes only 4. So I would be like, Alaves, we've got most of. Barcelona, we don't have many, but obviously you only need, I think, 6. Getafe, we have most of. Granada, we have some of. So for me, Liga Santander would be like 3rd on my list. So I would do Syria, then Bundesliga, then Liga Santander, which is good that we've got a lot of those cards. Chinese League, obviously you get these players from a lot of bronze packs and silver packs, so it's always important to keep up on the bronze pack and silver pack method, trying to chance to pack those, those big league silvers and bronzes, whilst also filling up these. So Chinese League, I've got some, but not a huge amount, so it's not something I'd necessarily work on right now. And then we move to the Dutch League, which I've just finished. So I know I don't have many of these guys. Ajax, obviously, they're easy to pack because they're gold. But yeah, I don't have many of the Dutch League at all. We just did it. I'd then move over to the, what's the next league that we've got going on? The Liga NOS. So I have a lot of the Liga NOS done. Boa Vista there, we've got 7. Tondela, we've got 5. And there's a few of these that don't need full squads. And a few of them that I only have a couple of players on, but are really, really cheap. Moriense there, 6 players. Pacos Ferreira. So actually, Liga NOS is not one that I would necessarily work on right now. I'd want to get a little bit more of the Liga NOS before I consider doing those. We've got a few of the clubs complete, a lot of the gold clubs complete, but a lot of the silver clubs were still lacking. We would then move to the MLS. Now, I just did the MLS recently as well, so I don't have particularly too many of the MLS players. And all I've done here is just spent literally about 4 minutes just going through every league SBC, having a brief look at what I know I can do and what I can't do. What's the next league? I think it's the Turkish league. So the Turkish league, I think I'm in a good spot, even though I don't have many of those. We're like over half for basically all of the squads, with some of them being very, very close to fully complete. So Turkish league, yeah, there you go, another good squad there. Turkish league is nice and cheap anyway in general. So it's a league that I'm definitely interested in. So Turkish League and Liga NOS are either very close or worth doing. So basically, if I didn't have those 3 major leagues in quite a good area, I would work on the Turkish League and the Liga NOS right now. And I think that's everything other than the Saudi League. Did we not look at the Saudi League? I must have missed the Saudi League. Where is it? Oh, we did look at the Saudi League, right? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so I don't have many of these either because I've just done these recently. So now that I've looked at what I've got, there's 5 leagues for me that I know I'm either very, very close to doing or can do or are, should work on getting towards. So I think I've already got, so I've already got the Liga NOS and the Super League there. But also I want the Bundesliga. So we've got 11 out of 18 done. So we can actually go and complete the other 7 there. French League, we're nowhere near. Syria, which we're working on. And the La Liga, which I'm 0 out of 20. So if you were in a position like I am, where you've kind of got 3 major leagues that you're in a good spot with, and a couple of minor leagues that you're nearly there for, by the time you've done those 3 major leagues, might cost you some coins as well. Maybe you'll pack something big, I don't know. You would have packed enough to probably start working towards the 2 minor leagues. If, however, you're in a position where, let's say you didn't have these major leagues available, and you've just got 2 minor leagues where you've kind of got a bit of them, but not much, you've got 2 choices. Number one, you can either just bite the bullet and pay the price for the cards that you're missing and hope that you make enough back off the silver and mixed player packs and election player packs that you get to recoup your losses. Or you can carry on opening bronze and silver packs until not only these leagues are a bit further full up, but also a few of the other big cards that you might want to get are full up. Now, with the amount of coins that I've got, I wouldn't necessarily encourage silver pack method. It's one of those setups that you really require a lot of patience and a lot of, not luck, but time for EA to create an SBC that is going to make your players boom, right? And the reason why I say that is because, you can open like 5 or 6 packs from silver packs, and all of a sudden, you spent 15,000 coins, and you might only make about 3,000 coins back immediately, which means you're 12,000 coins in the hole, and how are you going to get those coins back? This is why this system requires a lot of time and a lot of energy and a lot of effort, because these 2 cards here, these have no worth to me right now because there is no SBC that they're useful for. A German goalkeeper and an Argentinian right back, this guy might sell for like 300 coins now, but obviously we're looking to get 2,500 coins back from this pack. there will be an SBC. I don't know when, I don't know where, I don't know like what promo or anything, but there will be an SBC where this card will shoot up to 1,200, 1,500 or 2,000 coins. You know, it will require 11 silvers, it will be a 442, it will require one nation, and boom, Argentinian right backs will just go through the roof, right? So will Brazilian right backs and German right backs and Dutch right backs, but right backs in general that are silver will go through the roof. So we're looking at making our coins back here, making our 2.5k back here, and right now off the base of the pack itself, we might get 750 coins for that kit, which is nice. Based off the pack itself, we're doing all right. We got about 1,500 coins from that kit and badge, which was super lucky, and I don't even know if it will sell. We'll get some coins back off of the training cards as well. So the shooting training card is going for about 700 coins as well. So if the kit and badge sell, we're going to make some easy profit off of this pack. I'm not sure if they will sell or not, though, so we'll have to monitor that. And then we've got one League SBC card, and this guy's worth about 1,000 coins as well. Maybe not, maybe 500 coins. And then we've got a couple of players that right now are just useless that eventually will give us money. So if you don't have, like I say, if you don't have like a high amount of coins, and for me, I don't mind because I've got so much in the club that if I just need coins back again immediately, I could just go and sell something and get them back, right? It's not a big deal. But if you don't have a whole bunch of coins, a pack like this will be like devastating to you. The contracts don't sell anymore. The rare contract may sell. The physical card might sell for a little bit. Yeah, it looks like oh no, there was one there for 200. So yeah, physical card won't even sell for much more than 200. The Millwall kit might sell again for a little bit. But now that I've got 3 duplicate players, if you don't have many cards in your club, these are great for you because you could just store them and sell them when they're worth something. But for me, this is, again, just a big risk because now I'm selling these cards on for 200, 300 coins and I'm not making anywhere near my 2,500 coins back. And so if you're looking to make liquid coins or if you're looking to grind the League SBC system a lot, I would steer clear of silver packs until there's an SBC that requires silver players and then go ham on silver packs because then you'll be able to make good money back constantly. But bronze pack method, as per usual, is always foolproof. You can't possibly lose, right? You could just list everything up. If you just list every player up for 200 coins every single time, you will sell them every single time. It might just take a few listings or whatever. You might end up getting a full trade pile, but you will ultimately make your money back, guaranteed, no question about it. So bronze pack method is obviously always the best way. And then you go back and check your leagues after doing bronze pack method for an hour or something. Go back and check the minor leagues, the Chinese league, the Turkish league, the MLS, the championship, those kind of leagues, and see what you're missing and if you can go from there. And so that's how I determine what league I do for the League SBC next. If you guys want to follow suit with that, you can. But that, guys, is actually going to be the end of the video for today. So I just wanted to talk about those top comments from, obviously, yesterday's video. Wanted to open my rewards here. We packed a Future Stars card, which is brilliant. Yeah, I'm going to get back on the grind. We've got not too much by way of objectives to do. I do have now, obviously, Zaniolo to work on. We can get that Zaniolo 50k pack as well there. Which if I can get before Future Stars expires, great. But if not, no big deal. I only need 2 more Icon Swaps tokens to get Bobby Moore, so I don't need to do either online or single player. I could just choose which one I will do. Now, I need 9 wins for this in Rivals, which doesn't guarantee that I'll do it in 9 games. However, with squad battles, I can get the 9 wins that I need guaranteed in 9 games and carry on working towards the squad battles milestone, because like Rivals and Champs, I mean, Champs I should do this weekend, actually. I need 15 more wins and we'll get the ultimate pack. Rivals will probably still a fair way away, 54 wins away. And then squad battles with the most away. So I'm going to work on those squad battles wins for icon swaps rather than anything else, so that we can also work towards this objective here. We've got a few milestone stuff to do here still as well, which, again, it's one of those ones where it's like, I don't particularly need these players. I might do the Bundesliga one first, actually, because once again, Bundesliga is the kind of first owner squad that we're lacking the most. So I could very, very much use that Verstrates card. La Liga, I don't particularly need Moy Gomez, although he's now 4-star, which is great. For the French league, I don't need... Actually, I could use Shoji, so I might work on Shoji as well, which would be nice. And then for the Premier League, I just definitely don't need Trossard at all, so he'll be worked on absolutely last. And then after that, we've got Lampard's story to go, which I obviously need to go and buy Frank Lampard for. I don't know if I will. I don't know if I care too much about the Tifo and stuff for him. And that's literally it for us for where we're at. So we're just waiting for EA to give us a little bit more. But yeah, that is going to be the end of the video for today, guys. I want to see what you guys got to say in the comment section, of course. Want to find the best kind of route the best production for the content for you guys ultimately, so that everybody is enjoying it, or at least the most amount of people that I can get to enjoy it are enjoying it. That's obviously is the aim. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. I'm out.